All right, day 3. I'm on a pretty good streak. So I don't think this is necessarily news of the day, but it is a really good topic. And the topic that I want to explore is, if you're a professional working in this field, I want to talk about the importance. Well, if you're a professional working in this field and you're in recovery, I want to talk about the importance of maintaining some type of perspective and maintaining something that resembles your own recovery plan. And I want to talk about it over the long haul. I'm in recovery 19 years, coming up on 20 years. And over that period of time, the whole entire time, I've been working in the field of recovery. Quite frankly, I've been working multiple jobs at the same time in the field of recovery, just to try to make the financial end work. And so a lot of different things going on at the same time, just totally immersed from a professional standpoint, just 100% in school, going to trainings, everything is all day, every day, it's recovery. But the problem is that going to feed me? Is that actually going to take care of what I need to take care of? And this takes on so many different forms, man. And people, I think what we can do is we can fool ourselves. I think we could say things like, well, we're attending 12-step meetings, and that 12-step meeting doesn't have anything to do, with my recovery or whatever. But then you find yourself outside the 12-step meeting, all of a sudden, blurring the lines because maybe you're making professional referrals or you're helping resolve something or taking phone calls from family members, and you kind of like drift right back into what you know, and all of a sudden you're like clinician 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And where it showed up for me, well, there's a lot of different things that I've done wrong over the years, but where it showed up for me is in the area of family recovery. I'm super proud of my daughter. She is doing the right thing and she is moving forward, but this experience has plummeted me into the actual reality of family recovery. Let me just put it this way. Me standing up in front of a group of 65 people at Favor Greenville and giving the world's greatest presentation on the neurobiology of addiction is not family recovery. Me preaching about boundaries and talking about mean what you say what you mean, isn't actually doing family recovery. It's me telling other people what family recovery is. And I could go on and on and on with this. And it's going to take shape in your life if you're a professional in recovery working in this field. It's going to take shape in your life in different ways. It won't look the exact same way it does for me. It might not have anything to do with family stuff. I'm just using that as an example. What I got to do is I got to jump back into, with both feet, back into 12-step meetings, because that is my chosen pathway, if you will. And I'm going to do it in a different area where, nobody knows me as Mr. Favor Guy. And I'm going to do it just from a 100% recipient point of view. And I cannot tell you how important it is to be intentional about that. I'm really serious when I say do it in a different area or do it in a different place or do it. If you have long-term relationships, I think that's fine. But if you need to start over, I'm kind of new to the Carolinas and I never really established myself here in 12-step recovery. So I can kind of start over and start wherever I need to. But I can't do it in an area where I'm too professionally involved. At least I don't think I can. Not sure about that part yet, but I'm teachable. So if you're out there and you are an old head and you've been working in this industry for 50 years and you know your way around this type of stuff, I'd love a private message. I'd love a phone call to give me your experience, strength, and hope on this particular matter. I got to get this shit figured out. All right. This all falls under the topic of self-care. Real talk on self-care. See you tomorrow.